Stop back for the King's Lifeguard!
Tourists come to London to see the Royal Guards, not understanding that they aren't a tourist attraction. But when they act like they are, well, the guards showed their stupid decisions no mercy. The Royal Guards are known for their patience. They're literally fighting the urge, well, to fight all the time. But sometimes tourists act up. I mean, as you can see, they're somewhat respectful and they aren't getting too close, but they were slowly but surely getting more and more relaxed. They were taking a leak and laughing. Their rudeness was showing. But that's not all. They were also getting closer and closer to the fence. But remember, the Royal Guards don't play around. They're there to protect and serve the royal family. So when you act the way that these kids are acting, you're bound to get yelled at.
Get off the road!
Yes. They got so scared that it's almost funny. I mean, this type of behavior is unacceptable. These kids came to London on a school trip as tourists, and unfortunately, the guard himself was the one who had to teach them a lesson. Sometimes, though, it's not just the kids who act like kids.
Get back! Get back!
So after literally going to stand next to the Royal Guard, he had the audacity to slowly walk away laughing. People need to remember that the guards are highly trained soldiers and not a tourist attraction. People do view them as such, but at least they show respect. But imagine doing something as stupid as throwing your glove at a guard just to see what happens. The gentleman was telling her how rude she was acting, even if he was there as a visitor as well. I mean, most tourists are respectful. It's just the ones like this lady that don't deserve any mercy. Now that's exactly what happened here.
Just throw your glove over to the sun. Why would you do that? The army's here to protect the crown jewels. They're not here for the public to make fun of. Right? He's a soldier and he serves his country and he deserves to be treated with a little bit of respect. Throwing your gloves at him isn't going to work, is it really?
People tend to forget that many of the Queen's Guards are combat veterans with a lot of tours in war-torn countries, serving their country and helping others. So the supervisor who confronted this lady who expected the guard to pick it up for her is a proper lad, also a true gentleman. In the end, she did get her glove, and by the suitcases, it's pretty clear to see that she was, in fact, a tourist. Honestly, these days, people think they can just do whatever they want. When it comes to dogs, it's also become a standard to ask the owner if you could pet it. So why wouldn't you at least try doing the same when it comes to, war horses? This female royal guard charged with her horse. Now that's something that was super necessary. This tourist didn't even look at her, she was just focused on getting the picture. Man, all these tourists think they're smart, I swear. Just take a look at this one for example. is it really that interesting to film what's behind a gift shop? I mean, also acting like you weren't the only one who was clearly past the tourist line just makes it even more annoying. Well, the guard had to show him who's the boss. Unfortunately, this happens quite often. That's pretty funny. Why do some of these people think that they're smarter than anyone else? If she sees that everybody is keeping their distance, what's the thought process for doing that? I guess we'll never know, and the same can be said of these tourists and their understanding of what a sign's for. Beware might be a word a bit too complicated, but this lady wasn't too dramatic, unlike this person.
Stand clear of the archers!
I mean, it is still kind of funny. The sign was literally right there. The lady was okay, that's all that really matters here. But looking at the face of this man, he was not alright. Sometimes you can wander off and get distracted or lost, but this right here is somebody who wasn't brought up properly and who doesn't understand the concept of personal space.
Get back!
He seemed genuinely surprised. Would he be cool and remain still if somebody came that close to him while somebody else was taking pictures? The Royal Guards don't want to be celebrities, they just want to serve their country in peace.
Get back for the King's Guard!
The guard had to shout and it scared the horse a bit, so the police officer had to give it some cuddles to calm it down. In a video that's sure to make you frustrated, wholesome moments like these are always welcome. Now back to the frustration.
Stand back for the King's Guard!
This gentleman was a real fool. He was acting like he was above the Royal Guard, ignoring his instructions. Last but not least, here's an explanation to why you can't touch the reins.
Get off the rein! Get off the rein!
The more you know, right? Not surprisingly, a reason that makes perfect sense. If you're a tourist that's visiting Buckingham Palace, then take this as a guide on what not to do. And also let us know what your favorite moment was in the comments below.